The development of multiculturalism in Australia. In its most basic definition, multicultural refers to the cultural and ethnic diversity of contemporary Australia. We are and we will remain a multicultural society. What it will look like in the future and how our governments respond to global issues is a different matter. For this session, we will focus on the question, how has multiculturalism developed modern Australian identity? If we look at the chronology of multiculturalism in Australia, we can start at 2016, but we can go as far back as 40 to 60,000 years ago to see multiculturalism in practice with some 250 Aboriginal language groups that existed before European arrival in the 18th century. If you excuse the time jump to 1901, when as part of the ongoing White Australia policy, the Immigration Restriction Act allowed for only Europeans to migrate to Australia. A couple of world wars later, in 1958, the government's White Australia policies, such as the dictation test, were abolished. The 1960s saw skilled immigration extended to non-European people. Being skilled in construction and building was one of the main skill sets Australia wanted more of. It wasn't until 1973 that the remaining White Australia policies were finally dismantled, and in 1975 the Racial Discrimination Act was introduced. These sets of laws made it illegal to discriminate against people based on religion or ethnic background. Interestingly, in recent years, various political groups in Australia and around the world have attempted to make changes to these laws. 1996 saw political protests against multiculturalism really begin to take momentum. One of the main anti-immigration voices was that of Pauline Hanson, who in her first speech as an elected Member of Parliament said that she believed that we are in danger of being swamped by Asians. In 2001, the Border Protection Bill was passed. This was a response to the increase in illegal immigrants arriving to Australia by boat. One arrival in particular saw the Tampa, a Norwegian freighter, rescue 438 Afghanistani refugees. Other arrivals were not as lucky. These racial tensions hit a boiling point in 2005 with the Cronulla race riots. Violent protests like these began to appear globally as well, and were caused by a whole series of global and domestic issues that in turn fueled the debate. Does multiculturalism actually work? Can we be Australian and still have a diversity of cultures? On the flip side, the same questions are asked by immigrants and refugees alike. Can we maintain our cultural identity and still be Australian? Can we be? In 2007 saw the introduction of a citizen test for prospective immigrants who had to pass the test to gain their visa. Here are 5 questions from the practice test. Pause the video and have a go. The boats continued to arrive and tensions continued to rise. The government's response in 2011 with the Malaysian solution, and that any illegal arrivals would be sent to Malaysia. The debate was heated, and in the end the High Court ruled it as an act against humanity and blocked the policy. But the debate still continues. 2016 has seen a strong resurgence of anti-multicultural resentment in Australia and around the world. Presidential possibility Donald Trump blames American unrest on immigrants. Germany's Chancellor, Angela Merkel, claimed outright that multiculturalism had failed and blames it for the current issues across Europe. And our very own Pauline Hanson claiming that a truly multicultural country can never be strong and united. However, issues of crime, terrorism or lack of national strength are caused by more than migration and religious extremism. There are drawbacks to having a diverse range of cultures, including a clash of ideas and lifestyles. The need for tolerance and flexibility is essential. Problems with fitting in applies to new arrivals as well as existing citizens, and the uncertainty of the strange and the unknown. However, having a diverse range of cultures can also be of great benefit to society. Having a diverse range of cultures keeps us open-minded. It provides a bigger pool of resources and competition in business. Opportunities to exchange ideas and innovations are also important, and not to mention that it opens up options for food, entertainment, lifestyle. But more importantly, it promotes an open view of human rights, which will be our next topic. So, how'd you go? Can you answer the question, how has multiculturalism developed our modern national identity? If you can answer that, then go back, then get some questions ready, make sure you've taken some notes.